Welcome. I am so excited you are joining me for this explainer. Let's just jump right in, because today we're diving into a literally invisible world. We're talking about feline behavior, trust, and the secret biological wiring of a cat's nervous system. If you've got a cat and you're looking to build a deeper, really genuine bond with them, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to decode those tiny, subtle signals your cat sends you every single day. And honestly, we're probably going to rewrite everything you thought you knew about your furry best friend.
Okay, so why does your cat leave? We have absolutely all been there, right? It's so relatable and, let's be real, a little frustrating. Picture this, you're sitting quietly, maybe in the living room, and your cat is just a few feet away. They're watching you, you feel this nice, quiet connection. So, naturally, you shift a little. You reach a hand out, or you softly call their name, just trying to show a little love. And bam, just like that, they turn their head, their body completely stiffens up, and they just slip away down the hall.
Now, here is the harsh truth. They leave because you actually did something they hate. I know, it sounds awful. And the worst part is, you probably do it every single day, totally convinced you're just showing them love. But our gentle, well-meaning attempts to connect, they are actually being processed by your cat's nervous system as a literal threat. That little bit of distance they create isn't random at all. It's a highly calculated biological decision designed just to protect themselves.
And this is exactly where the massive disconnect happens. See, for us humans, affection means closeness. It means picking them up, holding them tight, giving them pets. We show love through physical touch and proximity, right? But to a cat, security looks totally different. For them, safety requires distance. It requires the freedom to choose and the ability to just observe you without any pressure. We're out here trying to communicate love using our human instincts, completely ignoring the biological reality of what a feline actually needs to feel secure.
So what does security actually mean to a cat? Basically, safety is this constant hum in the background certainty that they can leave the second they need to. You've got to remember, a cat's brain has been shaped by thousands of years of pure survival. Biologically speaking, they are wired as both the hunter and the hunted. Deep down in their brain, there is a program constantly running. It's scanning the room, constantly asking, wait, can I escape right now? And the millisecond that answer becomes even a tiny bit uncertain, their nervous system just spikes to protect them.
And this biological wiring leads to a trap we fall into all the time. It's the affection mistake. When cat owners feel like their pet is being distant, what do we usually do? We try harder. We reach out suddenly. We swoop in and pick them up. We call them over to artificially close that gap. We think we're just being sweet, but biologically, we are accidentally triggering their survival instincts. We are totally confusing them and forcing their super delicate nervous system right into a state of high alert.
Why is that such a mistake? Well, quite simply, you are taking control. To a cat, every single time you close that distance without their explicit permission, you're stripping away their ability to choose. In the feline world, control is literally everything. When you take away their autonomy, even with the softest, gentlest touch or the sweetest voice, you completely shatter their fundamental feeling of safety. You are overriding their deep, natural instinct to moderate the space between you two.
Which brings us to this absolutely crucial realization. Without safety, love cannot exist. It really is that simple. A feline nervous system physically cannot process affection if it's currently panicking over a loss of control. Their sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight center, it overrides absolutely everything else. So when they pull away, it feels like a personal rejection to us, but it is purely biological. They aren't leaving because they don't love you. They are leaving because something in that exact second stopped feeling safe.
Okay, so how do we fix this? Let's go back to that earlier scenario. Imagine you're in that dim, quiet room, your cat is sitting a few feet away. But this time, when you get that overwhelming urge to reach out and pull them close, you don't move. You acknowledge them, sure, but you actively resist the urge to reach. You literally just sit there. That is the actionable solution right there. You are entirely flipping the dynamic and handing the control right back to them.
Now, at first, nothing is going to change. As you sit there, the seconds will just stretch on. Honestly, the silence might even feel heavier than before. Doing absolutely nothing is incredibly tense for humans. We are so hardwired to act, to reach out, to make the connection happen. But letting that silence just hang in the air is profoundly powerful. Second by careful second, you are proving that you aren't going to force anything. You are transforming into a predictable, steady, safe presence.
And then, something almost imperceptible starts to shift. They look at you. And I don't mean a sharp, startled glance like they do when you move too fast. I mean a lingering, deliberate look.
In a cat's world, how you look at them matters immensely. A direct, wide-eyed stare from a human, that feels like a predator locking onto its prey. Total biological threat. But when they initiate visual contact, softly, on their own terms, it means the whole dynamic in the room has fundamentally changed, and that is your golden opportunity to respond.
So here is exactly how you reply to that look. It's the scientifically backed slow blink technique. Step 1. Soften your gaze. No intense staring. Step 2. Close your eyes gently. And Step 3. Reopen them nice and slow. It is a very deliberate, specific sequence. By swapping out a direct, scary stare for this soft, slow blink, you are literally speaking their invisible language. You're signaling, hey, I'm not a threat, and showing you trust them enough to literally close your eyes while they are watching.
And what is truly mind-blowing is what happens inside the cat's biology when you do this. We see this massive, profound shift. When you mimic that slow blink, your cat's nervous system literally just relaxes. These powerful reward circuits light up in their brain. The sympathetic nervous system totally quiets down, and all that caution gets instantly replaced with curiosity. They finally let go of that background urge to plan an escape route because you've just told them, in their native biological tongue, that they are totally secure.
And then, the magic happens. Suddenly, your cat isn't just watching you from across the room. Slowly, carefully, step by step, they come closer. They are actively choosing to approach you, not because you chased them, not because you lured them, but because they have realized you are a safe place. That choice is everything, guys. You aren't just a big, unpredictable human anymore. You are a verified safety zone where their autonomy is totally respected.
But I have to warn you right now, because this is where it usually all falls apart. The second the cat gets close, our human instincts come roaring back. You automatically reach out to pet them, right? Trying to lock in that magical moment, and instantly, poof, the magic disappears. The cat pauses, their body goes rigid, and the whole spell is completely broken. What felt like this beautiful, loving connection to you suddenly felt like restrictive, trapped pressure to them. You just rebooted their fight-or-flight response all over again.
Now, if you can manage to just resist that urge for a little bit longer, true biological bonding actually unfolds. The cat will sit beside you. And note, I said beside you, not necessarily on you. They might lean in just slightly to feel your warmth. Their stress signals drop, their breathing noticeably slows down, their muscles completely soften. This incredibly deep, resting state of connection, it only happens when the whole interaction is on their terms, and they feel 100% in control of the physical boundaries.
Which brings us to what I think is the ultimate paradigm shift here. Everything you think love looks like is actually wrong for a cat. Love isn't about grabbing them tight so they can physically feel it. It's not about constant petting and validation. True feline love, it is about giving them the absolute, unquestionable freedom to walk away and then watching them actively decide not to. That is the moment that actually matters.
We really need to completely reframe how we read their behavior. When your cat walks away, it is not a personal insult. They are literally just resetting their nervous system. When they sit halfway across the room, they aren't avoiding you. They're just hanging out in their optimal comfort zone. And when they give you that slow, calm look, they aren't ignoring you. They are deeply trusting you. These tiny, subtle actions are actually profound declarations of how they're feeling inside.
So the absolute biggest takeaway from today's explainer is this: freedom to choose. Trust in the animal kingdom is never, ever just handed out. It is built by stacking up hundreds of small, quiet moments where nothing bad happened, where you didn't apply any pressure, and where you never took their control away. That quiet, simple decision to just exist near you entirely by choice, that is the absolute deepest form of connection a cat can ever offer.
So I want to leave you with a thought to really chew on. The very next time you're hanging out with your pet and your cat turns and walks away, do you follow them or do you let them decide to come back? I challenge you to change your daily habits. Just pause. Do nothing. Give them the absolute freedom to approach you without an ounce of pressure. And what happens next? Well, it might just be the most honest form of love you have ever experienced.